Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlyn Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials, we have not seen any ads, we have not seen any Caitlyn Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlyn Clark.
Her junior year in college, like, hey man, she's the biggest star in college sports. And then after what she did at Iowa her senior year, I started saying, hey, I think she's going to be the biggest star.
The rise of Caitlyn Clark has fundamentally changed the trajectory of the WNBA, propelling the league into new heights of viewership and fan engagement. Her entry into the professional basketball scene has done in weeks what might have otherwise taken years to achieve. In a mere 5 weeks, Clark spurred exponential growth in the league, driving up ticket sales by an incredible 93% and boosting viewership for regular season games by 180%. Her impact on draft viewership was even more immediate, with significant spikes happening within just 5 days of her presence. However, the league's handling of Clark's stardom and its aftermath has led to a turbulent period for the WNBA, bringing both rapid gains and unexpected setbacks. Caitlyn Clark's performances throughout her rookie season brought unparalleled attention to the WNBA. Fans, both die-hard basketball enthusiasts and casual viewers, were drawn to her electrifying style of play and magnetic presence. Clark's games regularly drew in packed arenas and consistently higher television ratings, a phenomenon that quickly became known as the Caitlyn Clark effect. Her ability to light up the court with clutch performances and high-scoring games was a key factor in the league's rising popularity. Yet, the excitement surrounding her came with challenges. Throughout her rookie season, Clark was subjected to aggressive play and frequent fouling, which some viewed as targeting. Despite these challenges, she continued to shine, ultimately winning Rookie of the Year with ease. Her dynamic presence made other games in the league seem comparatively lackluster. However, after her team, the Indiana Fever, was knocked out of the playoffs, the WNBA faced a steep decline in fan interest. Viewership dropped by over 50%, and the finals, which would usually be a high point for the league, failed to capture the same enthusiasm. The drop in interest highlighted a painful truth. While the WNBA had seen growth before Clark's arrival, much of the rapid success and excitement during the season was directly tied to her. Without her in the playoffs, it seemed as though a switch had been flipped, and the league was left struggling to retain the attention of fans. Caitlyn Clark's departure from the playoffs was not just the loss of another star player, it was a seismic shift for the WNBA. The league, which had been riding high on a wave of newfound excitement and media attention, suddenly found itself in crisis. The viewership numbers during the WNBA Finals, which should have been a peak moment of engagement, fell significantly. For instance, Game 1 of the highly anticipated Aces vs. Liberty matchup drew only 129,000 viewers, a steep drop from the previous week's Fever vs. Sun contest. Clark's influence on fan engagement extended beyond her individual skills on the court. Her games brought a unique energy, making every matchup she participated in must-see television. Her appeal to a broader audience helped the WNBA reach new levels of visibility, bringing in fans who might not have previously watched women's basketball. When she was eliminated, however, the league struggled to maintain this level of interest, revealing just how much they had relied on her star power. Throughout her rookie season, Caitlyn Clark faced intense defensive pressure from opponents. It was clear that many teams saw her as the key threat to neutralize, leading to a level of physicality that often crossed into aggressive fouling. This became a point of contention, as fans and analysts questioned why the WNBA didn't do more to protect its brightest new star. Clark was the most fouled player in the league, with many questioning the fairness of the defensive strategies employed against her. One of the most notable incidents occurred when Clark sustained a black eye from a particularly harsh foul during a game against the Connecticut Sun. Many felt that the league failed to take appropriate action, as no flagrant foul was called on the play. This lack of intervention raised concerns about whether the WNBA was doing enough to protect a player who had become central to its newfound popularity. Despite these challenges, Clark continued to perform at a high level. Her resilience and determination only solidified her reputation as a rising superstar. She thrived under the pressure, turning in standout performances that further cemented her as Rookie of the Year. Yet, the larger issue remained. Why did the WNBA allow such aggressive tactics to go unchecked, potentially endangering a player who had become a linchpin of their success? While Caitlyn Clark was dazzling on the court, the support she received off of it was less consistent. Nike, a dominant player in sports endorsements, chose not to fully back her despite her obvious marketability. Instead, Nike focused on other athletes, such as Juju Watkins, offering them more lucrative deals. This decision was puzzling given Clark's proven ability to draw fans and boost viewership. Her gains were consistently among the most watched in the league, and her merchandise was in high demand. Yet, she did not receive the same level of endorsement deals, leaving many to question whether her impact was being fully recognized. Nike's decision not to capitalize on Clark's influence represents a broader pattern of missed opportunities. By not leveraging her star power to its fullest, both Nike and the WNBA failed to maximize the moment when Clark was the hottest name in women's basketball. This oversight was especially glaring as the league struggled to maintain its momentum after her playoff exit. As the WNBA faces the fallout from Caitlyn Clark's playoff exit, the challenges have become increasingly evident. Without Clark, the finals struggled to engage fans, and overall viewership numbers plummeted. The excitement that had built up over the course of her rookie season seemed to evaporate almost overnight. This stark decline highlighted the extent to which the league's success had become intertwined with Clark's performances. Caitlyn's absence until the 2025 season means the WNBA is now tasked with finding new ways to keep fans interested. The league had built so much of its narrative and marketing around her that, without her, maintaining the same level of excitement has proven to be a difficult task. Her impact, while a boost to the league's profile, also exposed a vulnerability, an over-reliance on a single star to drive engagement. This situation has created a crisis for the WNBA, forcing it to reckon with the reality that, despite its progress, it still struggles to hold the attention of fans when its brightest star is no longer in the spotlight. Caitlyn Clark's rookie season was so transformative that it even prompted structural changes in the league. For instance, the WNBA decided to expand the finals from a 5-game to a 7-game series, a move that reflected the increased interest and engagement that Clark had helped generate. It was a clear acknowledgement of the momentum her presence brought and an attempt to capitalize on it. However, the league's failure to adequately support and protect Clark during the season could be seen as a missed opportunity to solidify a new era for the WNBA. Allowing her to be targeted on the court without sufficient intervention not only put Clark at risk, but also sent a message to fans about how the league values its players. By not stepping in to ensure fair play, the WNBA may have undermined its own growth, potentially alienating the new fans who tuned in specifically to watch Clark. The situation has been further compounded by tensions around Clark's role in the league. Some critics argue that Clark's rise to prominence overshadowed other players, leading to resentment within the league. Others, however, see her as a once-in-a-generation talent who brought much-needed attention to women's basketball. The debate reflects a broader struggle within the WNBA to balance celebrating individual stars with promoting the league as a whole. The WNBA's current predicament presents a challenging but not insurmountable problem. With Caitlyn Clark out of the spotlight until 2025, the league needs to find new ways to sustain fan interest. This means highlighting other players, promoting the excitement of the game itself, and ensuring that stars are given the protection and respect they deserve on the court. It also means reevaluating how the league markets itself and its players, ensuring that it does not miss out on future opportunities to build stars like Clark into mainstream icons.